Hello and welcome back to the Brandon Can Win channel. So, it's a new year and I figured, you know what? There are a lot of games that I am looking forward to. They might have not had an official release for 2024, but you know what? It's a new year. I was going to talk about games I was excited for from the Game Awards back around the time of the Game Awards, but never made that video because there was so much Suicide Squad stuff going on. So I decided, what better time than now to talk about it? Let's talk about 17 games that I'm looking forward to. We're going to make each game brief. It's going to be who's behind the game. It's going to be obviously the name of the game, what kind of game it is, and if I can find any clue of a story, what story it is. And then also, if I can find a release date, I'll let you guys know about that too. Or a release period. If not, I'll just say, you know what, I don't know yet. Or we don't know yet. Let's do this. And let's get the obvious one out of the way. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I've talked about this a lot on my channel recently. And that's a reason why a lot of you, I think, are subscribed. So, hi. So, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is being created by Rocksteady Studios. It is the next chapter in the Arkhamverse after Batman Arkham Knight. Play as King Shark, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, or Deadshot to kill the Justice League, who has been brainwashed by Brainiac. It is a third-person shooter that will be releasing officially on February 2nd, 2024, but with a deluxe edition, you get it 72 hours early. This is awesome because I got the deluxe edition, so I get to play it on the 30th. But yeah, this game looks fantastic. From the moment they announced it, I was like hooked because I've said this before in a Suicide Squad video. I think the premise of like the villains being forced to be the heroes is just such a cool concept to me. It's such an interesting concept. And it makes it even more interesting because we are playing as the villains and we have to defeat the heroes. If that makes sense. So I think it's kind of a cool concept, and also King Shark is awesome. I'm also getting kind of sick of Marvel, and I'm really into DC right now, so yeah, I'm super stoked for this game. It comes out, it'll be out later this month. I will be streaming it the day that I can, which on the 30th, if I'm not working, it's going to be all that day. If not, it'll be on the 31st at the latest. Alright, the next game on this list is Bionicle Masks of Power. This game is being created by Team Konohi, and it's a retelling of the first arc of the Bionicle franchise, which is the Toamata versus the Rahi, which are being under the influence of the Makuta. It's going to be an open world slasher RPG, and the release date is unknown, but a small demo is planned to be released early this year, so either later this month, February or March, I would say. Maybe that I consider that early each year, the first quarter of the year. And they haven't said anything, I believe, about this month, so it might be February or March. But I'm super stoked. It looks fantastic. And as someone who grew up with Bionicle, it means a lot to me. I'm going to be covering this game in future videos for sure, because I want it to succeed. Because this game's going to be free, but it looks like they're putting a lot of time and effort into it. So, yeah, I'm stoked for the game. So, hopefully you guys will be too. Especially if you grew up with Bionicle, I definitely recommend you guys look into this. Next is Haunted Chocolatier. This is created by Concerned 8. It is a successor to Stardew Valley, not a sequel, successor, so it's like a whole new story. You take over a chocolate factory that appears to be haunted, and the release date is still unknown. There were updates on it for a while, and then it just kind of stopped getting updates, so that's kind of concerning, but at the same time, you know, I have faith that I think they mentioned in an update that they like to work kind of in secret, so maybe they're just waiting a little bit while longer to finish some more things. I know they were doing like some final updates for Stardew Valley semi-recently, so maybe they were working on that, and now they're gonna put all their focus on Haunted Chocolatier. But I'm super excited for this because I love Stardew Valley, and you know, as much as I love farming, I don't know, maybe making some chocolate would be awesome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. This game is being created by Nordic and Black Forest Games in association with Nickelodeon. It's going to be based on the events in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story where only one of the turtles is left alive and is seeking vengeance for the family he's lost. The release date is currently unknown. If you guys don't know about the last Ronin arc or story, it's kind of like, if you're a Power Rangers fan, I believe it was called the Fallen Grid story. And it's kind of like a dark, gritty, like storyline based on, you know, what's usually a super kid-friendly, like, thing. Basically, 3 of the Ninja Turtles are killed. We don't know who the last Ronin is until I think they revealed at the end. I don't know. I want to read the comics for it before I play the game. So I'm super excited for it because I love gritty storylines. I love Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. That's a great game. I hope this is as dark as gritty as I'm thinking it's going to be. The trailer makes it seem like it's going to be pretty dark. But, you know, Nickelodeon's helping with it. So it's probably going to get a T rating at the highest. But, you know, if it was M, that would be dope. Alright, next is Pal World. Oh boy, this one's interesting. This game is being created by Pocket Pair. It's essentially Pokemon, but what Game Freak won't do, like, have good graphics, have kind of a darker tone at times, and let your partners carry guns. That's actually like one of the biggest parts of this game is the guns. It's kind of crazy. Like, you have a gun, your pals, as they're called, have guns, and it's insane. There's a lot of crafting. It's a big open world. It's specifically a survival open world where you fight alongside creatures known as pals. Planned release is this month, but no date specified. So what I think it is going to be, it says it's going to be early access this month, actually. What I believe early access means that the game is not fully completed yet, but they're letting it out there, I guess, for people to try it out and fix bugs and issues that people see or something like that. Kind of like what the closed beta was for Suicide Squad a couple months back. I think that's kind of what early access is, or like, I don't know, kind of feedback, I guess, to how to improve the game. But my thing that is concerning me is Game Freak gonna try to take this thing down? Because this thing's gotten like a lot of attention. This is not like a small indie project. This is actually semi-big. So I do wonder if Game Freak's gonna try to lawyer up, or if they're just gonna let it be a thing. So yeah, I'm excited to play it though. It looks a lot like fun. So for this next one, I kind of confused myself because I don't know why I haven't made at least one video on this. I think I've even mentioned it in like past videos. I don't know how I haven't talked about Persona 3 Reload yet. Persona 3 Reload, for those who don't know, is being created by Atlus. It is a remake of Persona 3 in the style of Persona 5. It's a turn-based RPG where you're a high schooler by day and Shadow Destroyer by night. Your goal is to climb to the very top of Tartarus with your fellow members of your team known as C's to stop and destroy the Dark Hour, which is the secret last hour of the day. It releases on February 2nd, 2024, same day as Suicide Squad, if you're not getting the digital deluxe edition. So this was on this is like one of my most requested games of all time, because I've played Persona 5, that was my introduction, Persona 5 Royal specifically. I played Persona 4 Golden, and then Persona 3 Portable, and it's obvious which one aged the worst. And I think Persona 3 Portable, while it's still playable for sure, I do think that it's, of those three, the most worthy of a remake. So I'm happy that's getting it. I do hope eventually, though, we get like Persona 4 Rerun. But yeah, like the music that they've shown off is fantastic. It has, I think, the best battle theme in the franchise. And yeah, I'm super looking forward to it. So much that I actually requested the week off if that comes out just to play that, really. Next on the list is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Created by Square Enix, it's part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy and starts off right after the events of Remake. Seems like it also features a new story from the perspective of an alternate version of Zack, who didn't die at the end of Crisis Core. Sorry, I forgot to say spoiler alert for that. If you haven't played Crisis Core, then yeah. More playable characters will be available in this open world game, and it releases on February 29th, 2024. Now they said specifically in one of the trailers that this one is the second one, and usually the second one is the best. And the reason I think that this is going to be not just part 2 of like the actual remake of the original story, but also a new adventure with Zack Fair, is that it's gonna be on 2 discs. They say it's gonna be on 2 discs, and I feel like disc 1 might be like the actual remake of part 2 of the remake, and the other one might be this alternate timeline with Zack that they've been just like throwing out there, which I don't know. I remember when I first saw this shit, I was like, what's going on? Like, you're supposed to be dead, my dude. The fuck? You dead? You're dead. This dude dead.
Long time no see.
I didn't play Crisis Core, but I know this dude dead. And look, I love the new gameplay. It looks like there's a lot of team-up attacks and stuff now. And oh, Red 13, you're my boy. So I'm really excited. It looks like you go to Cosmo Canyon and everything. So Golden Saucer, that kind of stuff. Next is Wonder Woman. Now, this game is being created by Monolith Games in association with WB Games. To my knowledge, it will be Wonder Woman's first game. I don't remember hearing about her ever having a game in the past. And honestly, not much is known. And the release date is also unknown. I think they're still in development, but it's been like 2 years since it was announced. So that's kind of confusing, but you know, it's happening. At least they announced it is, and I don't think they've said anything about canceling it. And just to clarify for those people who are out of the loop, who are like into the DC games and stuff, this is not going to be in the Arkhamverse. This is its own continuity. So if you're wondering about that, then yeah, it's not going to be in the Arkhamverse. They have confirmed that. Next one, if you know me, I've been a big fan of this franchise for a while. Quite a while. And that is Kingdom Hearts 4, created by Disney and Square Enix. Takes place right after the events of Melody of Memory and Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLCs, so those are 2 of the big ones that you should play if you haven't played it. But honestly, you should play all the Kingdom Hearts games, because 3 doesn't even make sense unless you've played the rest of them. Essentially, what we know of the story so far is Sora is stuck in a realm known to the main characters as Unreality, or a realm of fiction. Which is ironic, because technically their realm is a realm of fiction. Sora must fight through Heartless and try to get back to his realm, while it seems that ancient Keyblade Masters have plans of their own, and the release date is unknown still. People are speculating maybe 2025 or 2026, because it seems Square Enix usually likes to just like focus on one game for a year. Like last year was Final Fantasy 16 Spotlight. This year, it's going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and next year might be Kingdom Hearts 4. So it's going to be like 2025, maybe 2026. But as of now, no official release date is out there. Super excited for this next chapter, and yeah, it's the start of a new saga in the Kingdom Hearts series. Now we get to some of them that were announced at the Game Awards for the first time. Windblown is being created by Motion Twin. It's a roguelike action game that can be played alone or in co-op. Become the ultimate killing machine and brave the vortex at lightning speeds. The release date is still unknown. Now, I actually am really interested in this game because, one, I like the art style, and the gameplay looks super fun. The really fast-paced gameplay looks amazing. I also think the characters look adorable, even when they're being in the trailer like sliced in half. But I played 2 games, Gunfire Reborn and Risk of Rain 2 with a certain friend of mine. If you're watching, hi! It seems like it's going to be kind of similar to those, so I'm excited to try that out, and hopefully I can get him into playing it too. So, yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, and I have high hopes. But, you know, maybe it'll be trash. Who knows? It looks good to me, though. Metaphor ReFantazio. This game is also created by Atlus, and it is a new game from the people behind the modern Persona games. And it comes a game that mixes both turn-based and action-based combat. Play as part of a tribe known as the Elda Tribe to break the curse put upon the Prince of the United Kingdom of Huchronia? I think that's how you say it. The release is planned for fall of 2024. Now, this game interested me because it's like, team behind Persona? Count me in. Also, it's like, it looks like it's a weird combination of like action combat and turn-based combat, which is very interesting to me. Also, let me preface this, by the way. I don't know if that story synopsis I read is like 100,000% accurate, because I couldn't find like a good sense of what the story of the game really is. But the gameplay looks like fun. It looks like it's going to be like a semi-open world game. So, yeah, I have high hopes. I really do. I have really high hopes for it. The music also, oh my god, the music in that game. Of course, it's Atlus. They're going to have banger music. It sounds very good. I love the music sounds too, so. Yeah, and it definitely has like a Persona vibe with a twist. So, I like that too. This next one is Big Walk. So this is being created by House from the makers of Untitled Goose Game. In this game, you walk around and hang out with friends in an open world filled with puzzles and challenges. It's mainly made to hang out with friends, honestly. That's kind of what it seems to be, and that's actually what it says. It's like, there are puzzles and stuff you can do, but you know, there's always downtime to hang out with friends. That's what they say on their website. Always downtime to hang out with friends. Or like, I don't think the website. It said somewhere when I was looking into this. But, you know, a lot of downtime. It's just another fun game to just hang out with friends, to just have a chill time. It's nothing like no combat or anything. It's just a bunch of little cute puzzles and stuff. He plays little duck guys, and I like the art style, and it just looks really cute. I don't know if I have many friends that would play it with me, but I don't know. The release date for Big Walk is planned to be 2025. I hope I have some fellow Dragon Ball fans out there, because the next game is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Created by Bandai Namco, this game takes the gameplay of the Budokai Tenkaichi, I think I said that right, series, and brings the 3D fighting gameplay to a whole new level. Plays an insane amount of characters with different abilities and techniques in this new Dragon Ball fighting game, and the release is currently unknown. Let Champa be playable. The reason I say that is because... Let me actually... Excuse me. I'll put you right there. The reason I say that is because he's playable in Xenoverse 2, but I couldn't really get into that. I want to get into one of these 3D fighting games. But he's not in Dragon Ball FighterZ, yet there's other characters from Dragon Ball Super that are in it, but Champa's not. And it just feels like he got robbed. Because, oh, is it because Brother Beerus is in it? Oh my gosh, because Beerus and Champa are the same? And they were not. Champa's better. He wears red. I also want to kind of learn how to do his voice, Loki, his voice impression for him. But yeah, this game looks epic, it looks fun, and it looks like I want to learn it. And if I want to learn something, I learn it. To the best of my abilities. It takes me some time sometimes. Next game is Rise of the Ronin. Now, don't get this confused with the TMNT game. This is a different Ronin. So this is being created by Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo Studios. It is an action combat game. In Japan, 1863, the Black Flag ship of the West descend upon the shores of the nation of Japan. Amidst the chaos, a nameless warrior forges their own path and holds the very fate of Japan in their hands. This releases on March 21st, 2024 as a PS5 exclusive. Now, if you don't know Koei Tecmo Games, if you're a Nintendo fan, you probably know them from the Hyrule Warriors games, the Fire Emblem Warriors game, and from Dynasty Warriors if you're just like a general fan of playing video games and you play games like that. And it looks like it has a lot of that Warriors type combat in it, so I'm very interested to see what happens in this. But it also looks like it has some other, like, I felt like some open world stuff's also involved in it. So I really wonder like what the game's gonna be like. But you know, I'm all for these the Warriors games that I've played have been super fun. So, yeah, if this is anything like those, I'm here for it. If it's an open world game too, here for that too. I love open world games as well, as much as the next guy. I think my biggest draw to it though is the scenery of Japan. I don't feel like we have a lot of games that aren't like JRPGs specifically. I mean, I guess this technically counts as one. It's one of those games where I just want to... It's just an interesting look into part of the history of Japan. So I think that's very interesting to me. So yeah, it's kind of like why I like the Assassin's Creed games, because you get like a taste of history. Obviously, there's some changes, obviously, to like, because there wasn't actually an assassin running around helping George Washington dump stuff into into the harbor. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see this take on this time period of Japan. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. This is created by Don't Nod, and it's a new story-driven game from the minds behind Life is Strange. In the summer of 1995, a group of high schoolers have a summer of self-discovery and forge unbreakable bonds for each other. 27 years later, with no contact, they must confront a long-buried secret that they swore to never speak of again. The release date is not yet set. My big draw actually isn't the Life is Strange portion of it, it's because they made a game called Tell Me Why. And that was a beautiful game. That was on an Xbox exclusive, and now it's also on Steam. And I played it on Xbox, but I want to play it on Steam, so I might stream it, so follow me on twitch.tv/BrandonCanWin. Tell Me Why was a beautiful game that really touched on like trans issues and like mental health in general. And it was such a beautiful story, and I have no doubt that they can do the same thing again. And you know, it's going to be very interesting to see what unfolds, because this trailer makes it seem like some serious shit went down when they're that summer. Like, holy crap. And they must have found like some, like, I don't know, space alien thing. I don't know. It makes me wonder, why after 27 years are they being brought back? I'm interested myself. So call me hooked and excited for that. Next is Marvel's Blade. We only have 2 left, by the way. So this is being created by Bethesda and Arcane Lion. It's going to be a third-person action game set in the heart of Paris during a supernatural emergency. Vampires emerge, terrorizing the citizens of Paris from night to sunrise. The release date for this is currently unknown, but there are rumors going around it's going to be like 2026, 2027. Now, I don't know much about Blade. I do know that there are vampire hunters in this universe, in the Marvel universe. And from what I've gathered, Blade is not just a vampire hunter, but a vampire himself, like he's part vampire. I don't know too much about Blade, to be honest. He's kind of... I feel like he's a deep cut, but is he really? I don't know. But yeah, he looks like a badass. The art style looks great. If you don't know, the studio Arcane Lion, or Leon, I don't know which one it is. They're responsible for the game Deathloop, which is also another fantastic game. So I'm really stoked to see how they're going to do this. And it's very interesting because Bethesda is known for like its first-person games, so I wonder how they're going to toy with a third-person game. Interesting. Can't wait to see it. Also, there aren't many games that take place in Paris either, huh? There aren't really that many games that take place in Paris. Interesting. Now the last one is Grand Theft Auto 6. I can't believe I'm actually saying that because it's actually for real a thing, and there's a trailer and everything. I think there's more videos, I think, when I was looking into this. So obviously it's being created by Rockstar. The Grand Theft Auto franchise finally is getting a new game after what feels like a lifetime, and it appears to follow a Bonnie and Clyde type of story taking place in Vice City. Planned release is 2025, so if you're a GTA fan, be extra careful and stay locked inside your house for a year so that you don't die, because I know a lot of you, it's kind of concerning. A lot of you seem to be concerned for your health and well-being just because you want to play this game. Like, that was like a big like thing when the trailer first announced. It was insane. That was hilarious. But I will say this, after watching the trailer, not being a Grand Theft Auto fan myself, I do find myself kind of being like, that actually looks kind of good. I think it's kind of like the Bonnie and Clyde like story aspect that's really getting me, but also the game looks beautiful. Killer Croc going into a supermarket was really funny. I don't know why it said Killer Croc, but I don't know, maybe it's still Suicide Squad in my mind. But yeah, it looks really good. I didn't really talk about it because, you know, it's not really my brand, as you can say. And also, I was kind of afraid of what you can show on YouTube, but people have been kind of just showing the trailer anyway, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, I think it looks hilarious. I think the story looks interesting, and yeah, I'm excited to play that, and I might even stream that when it comes out, because, you know, it looks good. So there you go, 17 games that are coming out sometime in the future. that I am really looking forward to. I hope you guys are looking forward to a lot of these games as well, because I do plan to talk about some of them, especially Bionicle, Suicide Squad I'm going to keep talking about. And then I'm definitely talking about Metaphor. That looks interesting as hell, once more info comes out about that. But yeah, are there any games on this list that you are looking forward to? And what games are you looking forward to if they weren't even on this list? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell when you do. And yeah, so long and good night.